the chase, this I know. Yeah, I'm going for the ride and find myself, I am alive, and I soar. Still I run towards the wind and let the challenge draw me in, 'cause I want more. Oh, we are all looking for adventure. 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 Oh, wake up heart and wake up mind, and see the world is yours to find. And with every passing day there's more, calling you out to explore. Get up and go. There is joy found in the race, and I feel it in the place where I'm free. And I simply can't deny it, that I feel adventure calling out to me. Yeah, we are all looking for adventure. 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 We are all looking for And I'm living free, living free, living free, and I was meant to be. Living free, living free, living free, and I was meant to be. I'm living free, living free, living free, and I was meant to be free. Meant to be free. Meant to be free. Hello world, wake me up to another good morning, time to go. Got that smile upon my face, 'cause there's excitement in the chase, this I know.
Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to my channel. Shawn here with Manly Made Minute. We're going live again. Waiting for a few people to pop in the chat. I'm still working off the phone to watch my chat so I can see who's on here. I haven't figured out with my program how to get the chat to pop up here on my screen for me. So, welcome. I see a couple of you popped in already. Man, I am so excited for this live. You have no idea. So I was kind of thinking today, this is probably not going to be a long live, so just a heads up. Little announcement, chat about that. I've prepped most everything for my card, so I just want to give you kind of a little teaser, little sample of some of the stuff I'm going to be doing for Desiree Tangles. So kind of got thinking about just opportunity. I threw up the song Looking for Adventure because it just kind of fit with everything going on. So little background story before I go into everything else. I'm not going to make this too long. I promise. So welcome for those of you popping in. So I started card crafting during COVID, and I was kind of thinking today just how I got started. Of course, it was one of those COVID things, how we all got hooked on COVID things and cooking and doing different things. Of course, I started YouTubing crafting on YouTube and ran across card making. and of course was hooked like immediately. Then I got thinking about what got me hooked, and as a kid, I loved everything about the arts, theater, speech, you name it. And I have a bag full of pictures I've gotten out, and I'm digging for it. Once I find it, I'm going to do a little. I'll bring it up on one of my lives. I remember as a kid doing a Valentine's box, and it was a semi, and I made it from scratch out of a saltines box, and I think it was in 6th grade. Mrs. Sobey was my teacher, and I was so proud of this thing. Like, I remember taking pictures. Mom was like so proud I made it. I remember taking the poker chips from one of our games that we had and stacking them and wrapping tin foil around them to make the wheels. And Mrs. Sobey was so impressed by this that it's always stuck in my head. And I think back then that's kind of where I got into the crafting, was that one Valentine's box that just got me hooked. And always did artsy craftsy kind of stuff through high school, kind of dropped off a little bit in college because life takes over and you start adulting and doing your thing. And then I opened up a business, and then COVID hit. And yeah, this came along. And I can't tell you how much I'm hooked. I can't tell you how much it's just brought out like the creativity and everything that goes with it. So, and then along comes opportunity, right? So I through the course of this, started sharing cards with friends. Honestly, I wasn't selling them. I wasn't even really giving them out. I was just doing it for fun. And then a neighbor at the time was like, can I buy some of these? And then she's like, you got something here. You need to like put these on Etsy. You need to start doing something. And so then I started putting some on Etsy, on my Etsy shop that I still have. And then of course, then people are like, you need to like do YouTube, and you need to do videos on this. So my friend Carl and Colleen, Carl's like this big tech guy, and he's like, I can hook you up. We'll do some videos, and you got to do this, because they were hooked on YouTube just as much as my partner and I. We watch it like TV. I call it YouTube University because you can literally learn anything on YouTube. And yeah, so then I invested into this little setup I have here in the corner of my craft room. Fortunate enough to put this big craft room in our new house here in Georgia, and here we are. And then I'm contacted by another designer. I do for a design team for Anthony's Papercraft, a real small company, amazing guy, super sweet guy, has unique set of stamps. Met him at a stamp show because he'd reached out to me on Instagram. He's like, hey, I like your stuff, I like your style. And I said, well, you're going to be in Georgia. I'll come and look at your stuff. I'll look at your booth, see if I can come up with ideas. If I see stuff and I can do ideas with it, I'd love to be in your design team. If it's just not my thing, he's like, hey, I'm cool with that. So been doing that for Anthony's Papercraft. I've been absolutely loving it. I'm on the design team with Desiree from Desiree Tangles. She reached out to me about a month ago. Hey, I bought two of her stamp sets since we're on the same design team, and started doing stuff with them. Hey, do you mind if I start posting on Instagram your stuff? Just, hey, I'm making stuff and I love your stuff, and it's unique. Same as Anthony's Papercraft. Both of these companies, not the route I thought I would be doing stuff with, because it wasn't necessarily my style. There's a whole point behind this, by the way, so stick with me. And welcome, a couple of you more in, so thank you for hanging with you. I'm storytelling here at the beginning. I promise I won't take long doing the card. So yeah, I started doing stuff with her stuff, and I bought two of her stamp sets because I was like, I want to support you, small business, small operation, right? She does some other design team stuff. And she reached out to me about a month ago. Hey, I am digging what you've done with my stuff. You're looking at it in a different light. You're doing colorful stuff. You're doing different kind of versions of things. And I have an opportunity. I'm coming out with some new stamp sets. I would like to add you to my design team. Of course, I'm like, what? Are you serious? So here we are. I am on Desiree Tangle's design team. Super pumped, you guys. She's like, okay, here's the deal. I have some new stamps coming out in October. I want to send you some. Sent me pictures of it. Can you do anything with it? I'm like, oh my God, I love these. Like, love them more than like ones I bought. So I have some of her new stamps. Can't show you yet. The they're like right here, and I just want to grab them and go just like sneak peek. But she's already given a sneak peek on her channel, so go check her out on YouTube. She's given a sneak peek of 1 or 2 of what she's got coming out. So I've been playing with her new stamp sets. I have a live October 6th where I'm going to go live after her live that she's doing. She's going to do all her premiere, and she's going to show off her stuff. She's got samples, and she's going to do her thing. I'm going live October 6th, 11:30. It's already up on my YouTube, just so it's up and coming. And I'm going to show you the stuff I've been playing with and the samples I've done and what she has. I can tell you this. It is fall and it's holiday. So there's 2 themes here that she's come out with, and they're super cool. All right, that's my story. Point of this story is this just kind of fell in my lap. And I am just totally digging this, and I just honestly can't get enough. So, oh hey, she's in here. So Desiree is in the house. She is commenting on there. So super excited to show you guys what I have come up with some of her stuff. Now I'm going to tell you, it's Desiree Tangles with Paper. Her website is includeathankyou.com. It's all Zentangle designs, and I'm going to be quite frank and honest. At first, I didn't even know what Zentangle was, so when I was on the design team with her, I'm like, she had mentioned Zentangle stuff on one of our team meetings on our other design team, and I was like, I had to Google what it was because I had no idea. And she has got some cool stuff. She designs them herself. They're really good quality stamps, and they're unique. So my point of this is I'm grabbing onto opportunity for one. You never know what comes your way. Having fun with it. So my point of my YouTube channel, my point of my Instagram and everything else is I'm just here having fun, you guys, and I'm hoping I'm showing stuff in a different light. I'm trying to look at stamps and what else I can use with them. I have a limited supply because I've only been doing this a few years. I'm investing in a lot more lately, but I buy stuff and do stuff where I think I have more than one option to do something with it. Whether it be color it, paint it, watercolor it, stamp it and ink blend it, stamp and die cuts. So I'm looking at stuff in a multi-version use. That's what I'm doing with today's card. So let me show you face camera here what I've got, and then we'll go down to the camera so you can kind of see it better. I have 2 stamps of hers that I've been working with for quite some time. So I've got this first one, which I've done a fair amount of stuff with, and this one here is a Tangled Flourish. I'm going to keep the background on here so hopefully you can see this, and I can get my camera to focus. So kind of a framed out kind of piece right here. So it's got like the wood pieces coming off with the Zentangle right here in the center. Then she's got the other Zentangle piece, single piece over here. If you go to my Instagram, I've got pictures up of this one, super colorful designs on this one that I've done. I'm about ready to use this one on some mixed media, wood grainy kind of stuff. So having fun playing with this one. The other one that I'm actually really digging, which we're going to use today, this one is called A Tangle in Bloom. And it's opposite with the camera, so I'm trying to do this and everything guide you. So this one is more of a swoosh kind of thing with one corner piece right here. And then she's got sentiments with each of them. Really cool scripty sentiments. So they're very elegant, very nice. But again, different kind of designs. So when you look at her stuff, and if you go to the website, you're kind of like, what can I do with this? Because it might not be your style. They're not caricatures. They're not like floral flower kind of stuff. There are some little floral kind of stuff mixed in there. But I'm telling you, there's stuff you can do with it. So anyway, that's my big announcement. I am on Desiree Tangle's design team. The other person that I am designing with for her is Biddy Penny. So if anybody is watching Biddy Penny, I just recently discovered Biddy Penny. The cool thing is, and I shouldn't say this out loud, Biddy Penny goes live early crack of dawn in the morning when I'm driving to work. So I play her in the background of my car and kind of watch as I can. I know, not safe, but I don't really watch it. So She has a ton of stuff. She does journaling, she does mixed media, she does cards, she's got a ton of stuff. Just released a line herself, which I have, it just arrived today. I haven't even opened it because I cruised in here after work to get this live going, so I can't wait to open stuff from Bitty Penny. So look at this stuff in a different light. All right, I'm going to go down so I can show you the stamps from the up version here, and then show you what I've kind of prepped and what I'm thinking for this card design. All right, so let's just take a look. So here are the stamps looking down, a little bit better angle here. This is the Tangle and Bloom. This is the one I'm going to work with today, primarily this piece right here, okay? Then she's got nice scripty sentiments. A hello, a happy birthday, and then enjoy the little things, enjoy the moment. So good options here. Good basic, use it for anything kind of sentiments, which I like. I like this because I can use this swoop. I can use corner things and frame things out with this. So good options here. All right, we're gonna make a garden, quote unquote garden, out of this one today. Now we have got a tangled flourish. This is the one that's got the kind of a wood piece here, or a little frame piece here with the Zentangle in the middle, and then the single Zentangle. She's got Thinking of You, Just Because, and Dream on this one. So this is the one I've got samples of. I think I might have a card or two out on this one. I've got a couple made I need to post yet. So again, separate and combined, great to frame out pieces. Great on 5x7. These are big, right? These are like a 6x6. These are pretty hefty big. So on a regular A2 size card, this is gonna fill your card. You've got to, like, let me just take this piece for example. This is my A2 normal this is a little more than 5 and 3 3/4. And if you look, it fills that, right? So you may have some bleeding off. You got to look at this like, am I going to bleed this off? Am I going to just try to get something in the middle? Turn it. It'll almost fit. It'll fit this way with it bleeding off the edge there. So again, these are large sentiments. Good hefty. They're photopolymer. Good quality. They stamp really nice. Nice fine line stamp on them. I use VersaFine usually when I'm doing these because it stamps really nice with the fine line. Okay, let's make a card quickly here. Oh, hey, Gaz. Welcome, Gaz. Thanks for hanging out with me again today. I'm going to stamp the one swoosh. Let me grab it again. The one swoosh on, I just grabbed a big enough piece of scratch paper to fit this in. I'm going to do some watercolor with Gamsol on this. I have pre-made, I'm going to show you, I pre-made most of what I need, but I want to stamp one out so you can see how this stamps. Then I need to cut the center one of this out to use for the rest of my card, so I'm going to Gamsol and color blend this center piece, and then I'm going to take and cut these apart. So let me show you what I've prepped already. I went bright, I went colorful, I went rainbow, so I've got my red orange. Okay, I fussy cut this out. Now if you look at the stamp, because I fussy cut this, let me grab the white piece of paper here. I fussy cut off. I didn't cut out these little swiggles. I just cut those off. When you stamp it, you'll see that the swiggles are on there, but I cut them off to fussy cut it. Too hard to fussy cut around those, and I didn't want to leave the white. So here's my red-orange version with a little bit of the green little dots that she's got around that design. Okay, then I went yellow-green, just rainbow order here, and I stamped these in ink color to match what I was doing. So this was stamped in green, this one was stamped in red, because I did not want the black lines on these. Okay, Roy G, we've got my blue. I've got a little bit of the red with the orange and the yellow on this one. It was on a piece of scratch paper, so that's why that piece is cut off, because I'm not going to use the whole thing. So there's my red and yellow, orange, yellow, green and yellow. Here's my blue with my yellow. So I tried to pair this together. No matter what portion of this I was doing, I paired the color with it in the rainbow. Okay, here's a piece. I had some green and blue. I left the white piece. I just didn't finish it, but I'm going to do that piece separate over here. And then I added a teal. Okay, and the teal here on all of these, I did 2 to 3 different colors. Then I went back through with black and just accented out with black on all of these. So you can kind of see some black in there just to deepen and darken that texture of these out. Okay, so that's what we look like. And now let's stamp this so you can see what this looks like. And I've got to add my purple. So I'm going to do a purple center for us today so you can kind of see that blended out. Okay, I'm using VersaFine Onyx because it's Gamsol safe, does not smear on me. You just want to make sure that when you do this, you get it good and dry before you start using your Gamsol to blend. Now you can see, let me take a piece of white paper, slide that underneath. Nice fine lines on these stamps. They stamp out really nice with that VersaFine. So you've got a nice, good quality fine line on that. Now when I stamp this out, you get a good, nice imprint on this. Good fine detail. I will say on every single stamp so far, especially on, I'm going to just say this, on the new one I have sitting right there that I can't show you quite yet. It's a Zentangle design. It's a full card design. Lots of detail. It's almost, if you look at it, there's a little florally kind of design. There's some leafy kind of look and stuff. All Zentangle. But you've got good options that you can use for coloring it in too. I'm going to give this one quick little tap again just to get a good imprint on that. And then I'm going to do this whole middle section right here. I want to just do a purple on. I've got enough, I think, of my little pieces out there that I'm not going to color this whole piece for today's live. And then I usually just take my heat tool, because if I'm pushed for time, I just want to make sure I got that good and dry. Now, these are big enough on almost all these designs to watercolor. These would look great with watercolor. I have not watercolored any of these yet. I've done some watercoloring on some other videos and other cards. I'm still playing around with watercolor. Well, hang on. I'm lying. I'm totally lying. I have, not on video, but I've watercolored a couple with the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils just to see if they'll draw out. If I can draw with pencils and then blend them out. Good space on these. You got enough white space to do some good blending and watercolor pencils. So they do work well with the watercolor. I just haven't done like the pan watercolors yet with these. I'm going to. Hint, hint, for October 6th, I'm going to. You might see some Perfect Pearls coming up on the new release stuff. You guys, seriously, I can't wait to show you. Oh, the fall one, so cool. They're just so cool. So anyway, I can't give too much away. All right, nice and good and dry. Now I'm using Prismacolor. I've got them all sitting like right here for the color blending. I have 2 sets of colored pencils. I have Prismacolor, and then I have Black Widow. Both of them sent to me by a gal I follow on Instagram, Carrie Ingram Trainer. I have to tell you, if you're not following Carrie Ingram Trainer, you gotta go follow her. Copic coloring, I am telling you, she does a picture every single day. In the evening, it's her what do you call it? Calm down, her whatever end of the day thing. If you go on her Instagram, I think she tells a story. It's her story to tell, not mine, of why she does it. It is mother related, but amazing. And I've commented on a ton of her stuff. She's following me. She's commented on mine, and she sent me these because she's like, you need a good set, blah blah blah. You got some good stuff. So thank you, Carrie Ingram Trainer. I just gotta say that again. I've got a couple videos where I've commented on her, and I appreciate her. Oh yeah, Perfect Pearls, Gaz, and I have new ones. I got a whole bunch of new ones with colors. I have the original. I got colored ones. Pardon me. So I can't wait to show you what I'm doing up with them. All right. I have this here just to show you what I do. I try to do all my blending in either 3s and 4s, whether I'm doing colored pencils or markers. Watercolor 1 or 2s because that's about I don't need much more than that right now. I'm not that savvy with it. But I'm going to do 3s on this one, and I usually will have a little scratch piece of paper so that as I'm doing this, I'm just color matching. So I'm looking at my colored pencils and I'm trying to color match, and then I'm trying to find, and I just did this section right there, I'm trying to find my dark, middle, and my light. I do 3, okay? So I've got them in order here. Let me just make sure I didn't screw that up. No. I've got them in order here. There is no rhyme or reason to this. Your rhyme and reason to this is practice. And have fun with it. And I said this at the beginning. I'm just having fun. Do I YouTube and watch people a lot? You bet I do. I'm from Minnesota originally, so I can say you betcha. You betcha I do. So I just learn from everybody else. And I'm just I just practice, and I try to color something every day. And I usually color on the couch while I'm watching TV to try something. So all right, so what I try to do with my dark color, I'll usually start in that center to get a good shadow in that center, and then I follow my line on stuff like this, whether it's a floral like this or whether it's a Zentangle like this. I follow that edge out about halfway, and then I fill in the rest with my medium and then my light out towards the ends, okay? Now, a lot of stamps, this one has them too, so you can see your lines. I use that as my guide from the artist on where I should put my shadow. Anthony's Papercraft, who I designed for, has a lot of texture and things like this on his stamps. I use that as my guide and where I add my shadow and my highlights because it's built in for me, right? I don't have to think about it, it's there. I do the same with this. And you'll see when I start coloring what I mean by I use that as my guide, okay? Now, my darkest purple, this is the Dahlia purple Prismacolor. These are super creamy, so that I don't need a ton down, because the more I put down, the more concentrated I'm going to get. These, to me, color like Tim Holtz's watercolor pencils. The more I put down, the heavier the pigment's going to be. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to use this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this, and this, and this, and this, and that's what I'm going to cut out for the centerpiece of my card when we lay this out. All right, I'm going to go in. I'm going to start right here in my crevice, I call it, of the design of the flower. I'm going to lay down some color, and I try to get a zagged edge versus a smooth edge, meaning like this. So if I'm going in the crevice, I don't want my pencil to end at the same spot because I need some blend out, right? So I need some jaggediness like this, okay? So it's not all at the same spot. So I get that jagged. Now I'm going to come out around one edge like so. Okay, let me zoom in. I don't have a zoom on this camera, so let me zoom in. Make sense so far? Now, do I do the same side? I'll do the same side a couple times, then I'll switch and I'll do the opposite side so I get this around my design. And I'll show you. So now I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to follow up my Zentangle design here. So it's zaggedy. A Zentangle jagged edge is zaggedy. Ha! Here, zaggedy. I gotta use that one. I gotta keep that one. All right, zaggedy edge. Come out and around my edge. Leave it. Okay? Now on this one, I'm gonna follow my design. I'm gonna get jaggedy, zaggedy here. Then I'm gonna come out on this side. Do you have to do every other? No. If you want to do all the same side, do all the same side. Again, do your thing. This is just normally what I do. And sometimes on flowers, depending on what the flower design is or something, I'll do the same edge all the way around, because then it looks like it's darker and lighter on the one side, depending on what I want. I'm going to add in this one right here. How's everyone doing? Anybody in? Yes, I got your perfect pearls there, Gaz. Anybody else in the line of the storm? We are in Georgia, south of Atlanta, and originally from Minnesota, North Dakota, and we have snowstorms there. We don't have hurricanes, and this is our first hurricane that's coming up since we've been down here a couple of years. That's coming our way that we're getting hit. It's raining like mad right now. Like the window's right over here. It's raining like mad. And it's supposed to hit us tonight into like a tropical storm. So fingers crossed. I didn't know if I was going to be able to go live, to be honest. The last couple of times I've done lives with another designer from the other team, I've lost power like every single time. I'm like, am I not meant to do lives? Like come on. We have a new build house and we lose power really easy. And my partner's like, you're not going to be able to do your live tonight. We're going to lose power. So heads up, if we lose power, I may not come back. We'll see. So far so good. It's not supposed to hit us till later. It's just raining heavily. Now, if I was going to do this whole piece, I would do this exact same thing on all these pieces. Now on these, what I do with them? I'm gonna grab the I'll go grab this one. I just did gradient. Okay, so I just started with red. I went to orange. I went to yellow. Rainbow colors, and I just tried to do a gradient so that it had. And that's what I tried to do with. This was the solid one. So this is my 3 different colors plus black, and then I did gradient here with green and yellow. Red, orange, and yellow, so just the gradient. This one, again, I would just I did all the same style. Some of these though I did, and I'm gonna do one out here. I'll show you what I did. Like this one right here, I did light and dark on the tips, and then some of these I did dark and light on the tips. So then I would do, like I'll do this one, so I'm not gonna use it. I would come around on this side and I would outline. Okay, so I did the outline on the tip, and then my zaggedy jaggedy, I'm going to do my zaggedy jaggedy here, and then I would, kind of like the veins of a leaf, I might come down a little bit in the middle, and on the edge a little bit, just to give me the veiny kind of blend, it's like that ombre-ish, it ombres together really nice. Then I would do my lights, so I do my medium and my light. So if you divide these out, take this one, this would be dark, this would be medium, and then that would be light. If that makes any sense in my 3s. And then I zaggedy jaggedy to get it together. All right, now I'm done with my dark on everything I'm going to cut out and use. So now I'm going to go to my medium. So my medium's going to be in this middle. So now I'm going to go through and it's almost like you're filling in. So if I got jaggedy, so if I'm going like this, and I got jaggedy, I'm going to take and fill in the next color in that jaggedy. Okay? Hope that makes sense. I'm trying to explain in the simplest terms that I can. Alright, so now I'm just filling in my medium, and then I'm using my design to pull some of that medium up a little higher. Now because I know this is creamy, that seems like a lot of white space, but I'm going to use that as light because this is creamy and it'll spread. These Prismas spread like butter. They spread. I describe it as when I apply Gamsol, it like melts. Is the best way I can describe it. All right. You're full of cold. You have some rubbish weather too, Gaz. Oh, sorry to hear you're sick. I have so many friends that are sick, and now the COVID thing coming around again, and it's hitting people really hard again. I'm fortunate. I work at the airport, and I tell you, I've been fortunate. I have I haven't gotten crazy sick. I mean, just knock on wood, I'm just so lucky. It's like a germ tube, and touching everything at the airport, you would think I'd be sick all the time. Now you can see I'm kind of going fast. I'm just, because when I use Gamsol, this will melt and blend together. So I'm not worried about getting, if I have little white spaces, that's okay. All right, let me hold this up because I want to show you each phase of color and move this aside. Okay, it looks like a little messy right now, but that'll smooth out. Now I'm going to go, I gotta sharpen this one a little bit. I'm gonna use, on the tips here, I'm gonna just put a little bit of my light because it'll blend and I don't need a ton of coverage. If I have a little white space, I'm okay with that. So I'm just scribbling in here because this will blend out. All right, like so. They're soft. You don't need to put a lot of pressure because they will break. Let me sharpen that up again. Yeah, thanks. Stay safe. Yeah, it's well, we went and got groceries. You know, unfortunately, I'll have to go to work tomorrow because we've got flight attendants. I work in the airlines and taking care of the flight attendants as well, especially our commuters and things. So, but it's okay. It's what we do. We're used to it in the airlines, so it's what we do. Okay, there's my trio of colors, dark, medium, and light. Now I've got some Gamsol, and let me just show anybody that has not used Gamsol before. This one's almost empty. I Gamsol a lot. I just bought some new bottles. Gamsol is an artist grade mineral spirit. Can you use regular mineral spirit? Not necessarily, no, because it gets too oily. You're going to want Gamsol. There's different versions, there's different companies, but it's an artist grade odorless mineral spirit. Does not stink, you can't smell it at all. And it doesn't get oily on your paper. And it dissipates and dries a little bit. Okay, then I have my blending stumps that I use. There's different sizes. I got a whole bunch in the drawer here. This brand, and I'll put everything in my description, Spectrum Noir. Different sizes. This, best way to describe it, it's like compressed paper is the best way to describe it. You can see that I've used this and it's got some color on the tip, so I just take a sanding block and I just roll it to get that color off. So if I'm doing like these ones where I've got multiple colors, I will do one color at a time. So I'll do the reds and then the yellows and the oranges at a time, and then I'll sand it off in between because it will bleed. Okay, it'll bleed from that mineral spirits between colors. So if you're doing florals and a whole different design, you're going to want to go in between. And then like this one, I don't think I'm going to need this one, but I'd use this for my little designs and little flowers and things. For like these little dots, let me do the little dots. Did not do the dots. Let's do some blue. So these little dots, I would throw in and use my little stubby for these little dots. Get these going around here on the edge. All right. I don't know if you can hear the dog barking. I'm out above the garage. The dog just got groomed, and he gets crazy excited after he gets done with the groomer. We have a mobile groomer that comes to the house, who's amazing, by the way, and he just gets excited when he's done, and then we have to get him in the house fast because like any dog, as soon as he's clean, he likes to go and get in the grass and then rub all over, and we can't now because it's raining like crazy. So I'm sure Scott's trying to get him in the house. Okay, when you put this in your Gamsol, just hold it in there and let it soak up. You'll see it moving up the stubby, and you just want a good soaking on it. Now, if I take this out and I go right from here, oh, there goes my camera. Stand by, all. We're gonna go main camera here for a second. Stand by while I redo this one. For some reason, every now and then, my little GoPro likes to do its little thing here and zoom out. And then I can never fix it. I gotta stand up, so give me 1 second. Let's get this going right here. Hopefully the battery wasn't going dead on me. Never fails. I think I've had tech issues on every single live so far. But you know what? It's tech, and I don't let it fret me because what am I going to do? Besides just stay calm and fix it. So let me get this going here. If I can get this back on. This is like a behind the scenes kind of version of a live. All right, hang on. I'm gonna have to switch to here so I can see what's going on. So I apologize. Give me 1 second because I gotta see what's on the screen, and we'll be back up in like 2 seconds. Ah, see? There you go. Easy peasy, easy to fix. All right, so we're back. I think I'm still streaming. Let me see if I'm still streaming. I gotta look on my phone here because I think we're still streaming. Can somebody give me a thumbs up if I'm still streaming, so that I didn't lose, so to make sure I didn't lose it? I think we're live. On my phone here because I think we're still streaming. All right, good deal. Okay, so I'm letting this soak up to my stubby. If I pull this out and go right to paper, it's a little wet and it'll smear too much. So I, like a paintbrush, I'll usually take and just pull that off a little bit and then come to paper. Now, I start with my dark and I'm gonna move out. So now just, all you're doing is kind of rubbing. You know, like we have those rub-ons? It's the same. I'm just rubbing the dark here first because I'm gonna go back through and do the light. So I'm doing the dark and the medium first. And I do a couple at a time. Okay? So you can do this kind of motion, or you can do kind of a little circles to pull it and blend it out a little bit nicer. Either one. And it depends on if I am doing a floral or what my design is, and if I'm going to do little circles or what I'm doing. See if you can see this if I go this direction a little bit better. Okay, now little circles will blend that out just a little bit. Now I'm going to go back through. So I'm going to switch ends for my light. So I can keep a dark side, dark and medium side, and a light side. Okay, now I'm going to go back and get my light and just blend out that light. And you can see how much that spreads. A lot, right? Like if I go start here with my light first, it's super creamy and these spread quite a bit. But this part goes quick. Once you get used to it and start playing with this a little bit, it goes pretty quick. I feel like the blending and the coloring and the adding the 3 colors takes me a little bit longer than this portion generally. Because this one to me is just kind of smearing, is all I'm doing. Alright, get the rest of these going here for my dark pieces. And then once I finish this dark piece, this center little floral piece I call it, I'm going to fussy cut this piece out, and then I'll fussy cut some pieces off of the other ones, and then we'll just, it literally just assemble the rest of my card. So into this little Zentangle Garden I'm going to make out of this. Alright, couple more of you in. Thank you for hanging out. Hope everyone's staying safe with the weather going kind of crazy all over. Appreciate you stopping by. Say hi. If you're in the chat, say hi so I know who's here. Okay. Oh wait, I gotta get down my little piece right here. Now I'm gonna take my little tiny stubby and just get those little circles to blend out and fill in. Told you, this part goes quick. So if you're just coming in, and you can watch the replay, I did a little storytelling at the beginning on just my journey, how I started, how I got onto this design team. This was the announcement of being on the design team with Desiree from include a thank you. Desiree Tangles with Paper. Super excited to be on this design team and kind of showcase and show you what I can do with her stuff. I will say, I didn't say this at the beginning, I have paid, this card I'm doing now and the other stamp set I did pay for. She has sent me some for free of charge to promote her product. And I also bought another set from her because I liked it. And I'm like, I want to buy this set too. So I have bought some. She has given me some. All right. This looks a little, I could have done these to balance this out, but I want to, because I know what space this is going to go into, I wanted this a little off balance because I'm going to kind of twist it just a little bit. Okay. Now, let's do some fussy cutting. Fussy cut this out. And then show you what I got going on. Now, if you're like me, I'm gonna mess this one up just for video purposes, but I'm gonna stand up. If you're like me, I would fussy cut this and I would color this whole thing and use every piece of it. But for today's purpose, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna cut this out so I can fussy cut. Again, I don't waste anything. I can't help it. I don't know if it's frugal. I don't know if it's like, because crafting supplies can get expensive. Let's just be honest, right? So I have so many scraps, but I use it. That's how I started my other two little series I do. I have my scrappy shorts that I post at 3 o'clock every other Saturday. And I literally pull out my scrap buckets and I make a card of here's what you have for scraps. And it's stuff we all have. We all have extra backgrounds. We all have pieces we've messed up on. We all have a ton of strips of white and black paper. And I just thought, okay, I've got to start coming up with ideas. Because that's kind of, I feel like what I've done with my card making is I have turned my card making into looking at things of what else can I do with it versus what it was made for. I don't know why it's just turned into that. I do think it's partially because I have so many, I don't throw anything away, and then I've started looking at stuff going, what can I do with that? So yeah, I have my scrappy shorts every other Saturday. 3 o'clock I post that. And then every Monday at 3 o'clock I post my Monday moments. Full disclosure, some of these ideas are mine, some of them are not mine, some of them I've watched from other people. I started Monday Moments because I felt like there wasn't a ton out there from designers showing us stuff from a beginner perspective. And I wanted something from a beginner perspective for people getting into this. I've heard YouTubers talk about it. We've got longtime crafters and card makers and scrapbookers, right? It can be, some people feel like this is a dying little trade and small businesses are going out of business and people aren't buying and aren't getting into it. The young ones aren't getting into it. There's young ones out there, right? They're YouTubing some of this stuff too. I'm following some of the young ones. I'm following Brandon, I can't remember his name, I'm sorry, BDK Creations, 16-year-old guy, does amazing work. And I felt like I wanted to do videos that were giving tips and tricks that I appreciated learning from other people. And so that's what I'm doing with my Monday Moments. And then I'm going to try to go live every Thursday. Okay, fussy cut that little baby out. Now, let's go back to these and we'll get my little fussies out on these. So I'm going to use I'm going to use this for my red and orange and pieces of these. So the idea of this is I want to section out pieces that I want to use. Okay, so I'm going to fussy cut out. This would be a great start because I'm going to try to go in rainbow order. So I'm going to fussy cut this little piece out. And like I just said, I am not going to ruin the rest of these because guess what? I'm going to create multiples of this card we're going to make tonight out of the rest of this stuff. Okay, so there's one piece. I'm going to cut out this little piece. Actually, I'm going to cut out this swooshy thing on the end, just as in case I need an extra, because I'm liking this orangey red one. This one's actually my favorite. It's kind of fire. I used to have bowling shoes that had this fire color on it in flames. Okay, looks unusual, but for this card, that'll work. Just stick with me here, okay? Now I'm going to cut out. This section here. So I'm going to use, because I'm trying to get different shapes out of this for this card, so it doesn't look all the same. I want this kind of a variegated kind of look. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to cut out. I'm going to cut out that piece I cut out. I'm going to cut out. So I'm going to use this piece on a different card, so it's not all the same. And I'm going to use this underneath side. So I'm going to use this section. Okay. I'm going to put all my unused pieces over here. So I have my red, orange, yellow, green, yellow. Let's go some blue. And I feel like I want this big piece right in here for my blue. So I'm going to go into this. Like so. And if they're overlapping, I'm just going to cut then that piece to go with it, rather than cut it off. Okay, now I'm going to cut this section off so I can use I want this big piece. The assembly of this is going to go super quick. I'm going to cut that with it. Because I already cut this piece off on another one. Right? Does that look familiar? Okay, same section, right? Right there. But I want this piece. So I'm going to go here, here, here. And I've got my purple. Let's get some yellow pieces in there. So I'm going to go this yellow piece, and then I'm going to add a couple other pieces in there to fill this in. Okay, like so. I'm going to grab this little orange, and then I'm going to get some of this red. All right, I'm going to use this little, this one. Look at that little piece right here. What a great, come on. What a great little piece that one is. Let's do another green, yellow. So I'm going to get the opposite side of the one I just cut out. So let's just go right here and cut this little piece out. I hope I'm keeping your guys' curiosity here on like, what in the double hockey sticks is he going to do with this? So hang tight. I got to keep that one together. I can't cut that piece up. I'm going to go another chunk of this one. And I'm going to go right. I want something kind of crazy fun. I want this right in here. So if you're catching on here, I'm trying to get different sections of these so it looks different. So I'm just not cutting off, the first tip and then go down farther and get the second tip. You can see how I'm trying to get things to look different. And I'm just going to take that green with that one. Okay. Well, let's go right in here. Do a big piece there. I got a little scrappy piece there. And let's do a couple more blue, and I think I'm gonna have plenty. Okay, so I'm gonna use this piece again. This is a good little piece. Okay. Then I'm gonna come right around in this one. Like so. And we'll keep that one. Okay. If I need more, I can cut more. I'm going to move these aside. All right. Part of my prep work here was this piece. And this was 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. We've all seen this. Well, hopefully we've all seen this. I assume we've been doing cards a while. And so I took a big, huge oval die cut. I put it just south of center. So about center of my die cut is this edge of the paper is right about there. And I went just slightly south of that because I didn't want this to come up too high. Okay, so I put it there. Took and put a little piece of tape there. Then I took, and for those of you that may not have done this before, and I'll just do it. Let me just do it. I'm not going to cut it because I've already cut it. But I took this and I laid it just south of center, and I tried to center it this, left to right. I tape it down. Okay? Now, I don't want to cut all the way to the edge of my paper and cut this out. I wanted it to come just above the edge of my paper. So what I did is I laid this on my bottom plate of my Big Shot. My top plate, I laid the edge of that top plate where I wanted it to stop cutting. So it didn't cut all the way into my edge. So it's going to cut from this edge to this edge. Okay? Ran this through my Big Shot. And then I get this little halvesy cutout. All right? Now, again, I have said this. Not my idea. I've seen this card with, we all have them, the leafy kind of things with flower die cuts and stuff, and then tucked underneath this and sticking out with like a leafy kind of thing. That's what I'm trying to replicate with this, but I'm using the Zentangle. Okay? Now, I'm going to put some up on dimensional, and then I'm going to put some glued to the back side. I'm going to glue some to this side. Then I'm going to pop dimensionals underneath there to hold it up so I get a back and a front and get some dimension between them. Hope this makes sense. So let's just start. I'm going to go in rainbow order, so I'm going to just lay this one down here first. All right, let's just grab a tweezer so I can kind of hold two things here at one time. So now I'm going to go, I glued the back side of this. I'm going to tuck this in this corner and glue that piece down. Now I'm going to go down farther actually because I already know where my sentiment. I got to fit my sentiment in there. And I was going to try to do the enjoy the little things. I don't know if that's going to fit now. Oh yeah, that'll still fit. So I just know I might have to keep some of the edges up so it goes over my sentiment after I stamp it. Let's stamp that sentiment on there so I can work around that really quick. All right. And let's just take and clean this off. Scoot that up so you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm just going to clean this off, and then I'm going to put that sentiment on there and line that up first before I continue, because then I don't have to worry about kind of going around all that stuff, right? All right, I'm going to use the enjoy the little things. So let's just put the enjoy. Oh, that fits nice, actually. That fits really nice. This is from the same stamp set as this Zentangle, okay? All the same stamp set. Enjoy. I'm going to go this way just a little bit. I need room to put either the little things. Oh yeah, that'll work. Just like so. Enjoy the little things. I thought that would be cute, right? It's like enjoy the little things. Enjoy the moment of looking at your garden. Enjoy the moment of looking at the bright things. That's kind of where I was going with this card. Okay. Let's I think that's sorry if my head's in the way. All right, let's just stamp that before I lay the rest of this down. I'm going to use the same. I haven't used this sentiment yet, so let's just prime that a little bit. All right. Oh, that's cute. I can tell that's cute already. A couple more of you in, so thanks for hanging. If you watched the replay, I explained this was the announcement of my design team for Desiree Tangles. And more to come because we've got a big premiere coming up on October 6th with her new fall and holiday line, which is like right there. I just want to grab it and show you guys. And then I thought I would take and show you a little sample of some of the stuff I've been doing with her stuff. I have made some postings of a few things with her stuff, but not a ton yet. So if you head to my Instagram, you might see some of her stuff on there. But I'm just trying to kind of do some different stuff with her designs. All right, so now I'm going to try to go around that sentiment. I'm glad I put that sentiment in, because now I can go right around that. Tuck that stuff around. That looks nice. All right, now I'm going to go this one actually, because then I can go bada bing. Yeah, bada bing. Cool. And tuck this right in there. And then I can bring it up to that sentiment. So I'm just trying to fill some of that white space too. Like so. Then let's do Roy G Biv Blue. Oh, that's perfect. Because look at it. Perfect. Okay, that's a perfect. Now I'm gonna do the oh, I probably put too much glue on that. Didn't need that much, but that's okay. And I'm gonna bring that up and overlay that off that edge just a little bit. Oh, that fit nice. That fit nice. I have plenty of pieces left. I just looked at the camera. Boy, does that look good from the top. Okay, I need a comment. Somebody please comment. What do you think? It's been a little quiet in that quiet space. What do you guys think? And of course, it's not a Shawn card without getting a smear of something. And I can't find my my eraser. Little smear. I can probably cover some of that up though with what I'm going to put right there. Okay, now I'm going to go opposite way, and we're going to fill this in on the top side. Okay, so now I'm going to go here and put that piece like so. And I'm going to go down just a little bit so it doesn't cover up my sentiment. Like so. I'm going to put a little piece. I need a little piece. I need a little. Let me go to a little piece of green. I'm going to grab. I got to cut another little piece just to tuck. And I can see this little section right here will work for what I need. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of round that off just a little bit. And I want to tuck this in the corner. So I want something right there. Yeah, like that. Okay, so if I go Roy G Biv, I need another little, let's see, orange, green. I did that. I'm gonna go red. I'm gonna throw that red one right in there. Okay. And I'm gonna keep these just a little lower so I get that variation. Like so. I'm gonna throw the blue, and then I'll balance that out with I need like a yellow or something. Okay. Let's throw this one in between. I'm kind of trying to go alternate too in between. Like so. I need one little tucked piece right there, and I might just balance that with a little green. Do I want to do a little green? Yes, I do. And I'm just going to keep that as is. Nope, I'm not, because I need it smaller. I'm going to do one little swoop. I'm just going to take one little swoop. One little zen swoop. Oh, wrong side. And throw that tucked right in this corner. Okay, now here's what you do. Now I want this to pop a little bit. Let me throw this piece down and see if I need to cut this down. I'm going to use that to cut, or to go right in there, but I'm going to go upwards this way. And I'm going to just slightly off. I know I still have to put my mat on here. I'm going to glue that piece straight down. Okay? Alright. Just glue that piece. Oh, right there, because I have a gap. And that'll fill in that gap a little bit. And I get a little off the edge. So right like so. And I had a little splotch there, so I'm going to cover up my splotch. All right, grab yourself some dimensionals. And what you're going to do is you're just going to pop this up as much as you want to pop this up. Okay? So I'm just throwing it on the back side so it sticks to this side, and I get some stick to the designs on the back side so it holds it up essentially. Okay. Oh, thank you, Desiree. I'm glad you like it. I'm going to add one more. What I'm doing is I'm looking on where that meets to add my pieces of dimension. So I'm actually going to go right like so on that. Yep. Okay. Peel this back to hold that together on those dimensionals. Kind of hard. I don't want to rip it. It's hard to like kind of do that without ripping that whole thing off. And then I'm just going to put a little dab of glue just to give, even though these are pretty tacky, just to give me a little extra strength on that. And then just tap that down. All right, so now if I hold this up, you can see I get some of that dimension on there, right? So it looks like a layered garden. Looks like some layered flowers in there. Now, here's what else could you do here, right? Because I just like options. And I got some schmears. I just can't do anything without a schmear. It's just me. There's another schmear right there. I tend to get such inky fingers. Anyway, I could add some embellishments. I could leave it. I could ink blend out. I was going to do yellow, like do a little ink blending yellow. I'd gotten it out. It's over here. I think I'm going to leave it. I don't want to overdo this. But I feel like I want to add something. And I think I want to add, hang on. I'm going to check. I don't know if I want to do this or not. I don't know if I want to do that. Let me just look. Oh, I think I'm going to do that because I can add that to the middles versus sequins. I don't want sequins. So we're going to just add a couple of these. But before I do that, let's just put this on my mat. I'm going to do standard A2 size card. Okay, so side fold card. I have a stamp, so I brand all of my cards. Follow on Etsy and Instagram at Manly Made Minute, handmade by Shawn. I always brand them. Then I'm going to put this on a 5.5 by 4.25 black mat, so I get the full size mat. But my little trick is I cheat it by 1/16 of an inch so that it doesn't overhang too much. Oh shoot, I did that the wrong way, but let's go this side here first. So that it doesn't overhang and I get just a 1/8 or 1/16 of an inch of white around because I don't like to have to cut off if it gets too big. Okay, this card's gonna sit like so. So what'd you think? Easy card. Stamp yourselves out some of this stuff, right? Stamp yourself out a swoop of Zentangle. And I'm going to tell you right now, all of these, I took my little box of Prismacolor and I sit on the couch as I'm watching YouTube videos and watching TV and I color. And so these are things that I can just pre-make ahead of time. I've had these pre-made color, and I'm going to tell you, these ones I did not sit on the couch. These ones I colored on the airplane when I was traveling about a month ago. And I just colored them, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with them at first until I came up with this idea. So they were sitting there for a while. Until I came up with this idea, and then I got stuff sitting there. Okay? All right, let me just do a couple of these. I gotta do a little, it's not bling, not necessarily bling, but it's It's zing for Zentangle. I'm gonna add some zing. All right, I'm gonna add a little one right here in the center of this little baby, and we'll make that one kind of. These are come in different sizes, so this one's kind of bigger. Throw a big one right there. I'm gonna go just around my my sentiment and add a couple there, like so. Let's do kind of a smaller one over in that corner. Get it to stick. Hate it when they end up on their belly and then you can't flip it over. And then we're gonna do, I think I'm gonna just do one, 2, 3. I don't want it too far away, I don't think. So I'm just gonna go, we're gonna go, I think we're just gonna go right next to it. Like so. And that's all I want, I think. Oh my gosh, I just looked up again. I love it. Thank you, Caroline. What do you guys think? This is the Zentangle. I'm going to tell you the name of these again. So this is the Tangle in Bloom. Okay, let me get the white piece of paper. Before we go up to my up camera and finish off here and log out, this is the a Tangle in Bloom stamp set. I used this piece. This one, little corner piece, hello, happy birthday, enjoy on it. The little things, the moment. I've added those sentiments on there. Colored them with colored pencils. Now, this one here, I did with Prismacolor colored pencils. Gamsoled it out. The rest of these, again, think outside the box. Crayola colored pencils, you guys. I'm not even kidding. Crayola colored pencils, 3 different pencils, and then I just Gamsoled it out. Some of them I didn't even Gamsol, I just lightly brushed pencil with the pencil and left it without Gamsol. So they're a little bit more waxy, so they don't spread like butter like these ones do, but same concept. So there you have it. All right. What do you guys think? Thanks for hanging with me. I'm gonna look. I got a couple of you hanging, so thank you so much for hanging out. Let me show you the front version. And hopefully the camera catches, oh, there it zoomed in and it caught it. So, little dimension on there. So, layered floral garden of Zentangle. Thank you. Desiree, I think you're still hanging with me. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm so excited to feature your products. I'm really excited for October 6th. Desiree is going live and she's going to do her new launch for fall and holiday. I believe on the 5th, she's going to go live with Biddy Penny, who's also on her design team. And they're going to do a little preview of the preview and show you samples. I think they're going to make cards. And then we're going to show you samples on Sunday, the 6th of October. I'm going live right after her live at 11:30 on the 6th to show you samples that I've made. And I'm going to make a card, probably with some perfect pearls, hint, 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 and probably something fall. But again, Desiree, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm super excited to show you guys all of these ideas of what you can do with these Zentangle. She's got some really cool designs. Head over to includeathankyou.com. She's got some sets. So there's actually some sets that you can get for like $70, $75 with 4 different sets. I've got two of the stamp sets myself. Anyway, my last piece of business. If you are new here, hit that like and subscribe button. Would love to have you keep coming back and check out my work. I am going to do a couple features a month with Desiree. I will definitely do a couple features a month on my Instagram for Desiree. So be sure to check me out on Instagram at Madly Made Minute as well. And I appreciate you guys. If you're not new here and you keep coming back and have not subscribed, subscribe. Would love to have you hang with me. 3 videos I do. Monday every 3 o'clock. I have Mondays for Monday Moments, Tips, Tricks, and Helpful Hints. Every other Saturday I do a Scrappy Short. I get out that scrap bucket, and 3 o'clock I post it on every other Saturday, and we make a card out of scraps because I can't throw anything away. So I will do lives on Thursday evenings, and I will probably feature some Desiree Tangles on some lives and some pre-made videos. So You guys, thanks for hanging with me. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you next time.